People are encouraged to drop and to cover and to hold on. Drop to the floor, cover your neck, and hold on to something that is sturdy. Take caution near any damaged buildings. Again, we don't have reports of damaged buildings at this time. It is very early in the assessment process, but if there is an after effect, please stay away from buildings, that, especially our high rises. If you hear shifting or any noises, unusual noises, leave your home. Go outside. You are safer there than in a building that could be crumbling around you. Inspect your home for damage. Check walls, floors, doors, windows, staircases. And if you see any damage at all, you may need to relocate while the event is going on. Again, check your own gas lines and water lines to make sure that your family is safe. So stay connected and informed. I will say this, especially with all the national news about what happened in Taiwan with that deadly earthquake just this past week. I think there's a high level of anxiety around earthquakes. The magnitude, which Catherine Garcia and Commissioner Bray will explain, that was a 7.4 magnitude in Taiwan. Again, we are 4.8, and they'll explain the difference. But that's why we're going to continue to take this very seriously and make sure that we continue to update all New Yorkers. So Catherine Garcia, our head of state operations, you'll hear from first, and then Commissioner Jackie Bray, head of Homeland Security.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor. I want to reiterate that we have no reports of damage at this time, and that immediately all of the infrastructure agencies activated their policies and procedures to deal with this, because while highly unusual in the state of New York, we do actually have fault lines. This was significantly bigger than ones that are typically felt in the state of New York or occur and actually are not felt. That is because earthquakes happen on a logarithmic scale, which means that a 3.0 is 10 times worse than a 2.0. So a 4.0 is 10 times easier than a 5.0. So every one of those makes a significant difference in what you will experience and what the damage could be. In addition, we are also tracking whether or not there's any increase in hospitalizations, as well as whether or not there's any increase in vehicle accidents that has not been reported at this time. Thank you.
Commissioner Bray?
Not much to add about the governor and Director Garcia covered it. I would say we did see an overloading of cell circuits in the New York City area immediately after the event. We've been in touch with AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Their networks are clear now and back up and working, and we have opened the state's Emergency Operations Center. We're at a level 3 to monitor impacts and reports that come in. We've seen one gas leak in Rockland County, but other than that, there don't seem yet to be major infrastructure impacts, but we are in touch with the counties. We'll stay in touch with the counties all day. Thank you.
All right, let's do some on-topic questions.
Governor, has there been any contact with the Indian Point facility in Westchester and any concerns there?
That's part of our analysis of all critically important infrastructure. So yes, the communication has gone out, correct?
Yeah, we're in constant touch with both that facility and our other facilities. There's no damage reported at Indian Point. We wouldn't expect damage at this time, and we're in touch with Westchester, and we'll stay in touch with Westchester.
Governor, can you just say what you were doing at the time that it hit, and what you felt and what was going on?
No surprise to anybody here in the Capitol. I was meeting with my senior team, talking about their late night working on the budget, and we were talking about how we're going to move the budget forward today. So literally sat in the room next door. People felt different degrees of movement in the room, surprising, and all of a sudden everybody's cell phones start lighting up and describing what it was. So we were literally right here working on the budget and getting a budget done that includes a once-in-a-lifetime housing package may be the only excitement event we expected this week. So this was rather unanticipated. You cannot plan for this. There's no early warnings. There's no weather service that can tell you an earthquake is imminent, and that's why everybody was caught off guard. But fortunately, here in the state of New York, we are masters of disasters. We know how to handle this from unexpected snowstorm just a couple days ago. Everybody's anticipating massive crowds for another celestial event on Monday with the total eclipse pathway going through large parts of our state. So my point is we're always ready. We have planning in place. All of our teams activate instantaneously, and I feel very, comfortable about that. But again, these are emerging situations. It could be over, but also there could be another effect, and we have to be prepared for that and warn New Yorkers to be particularly vigilant in the days following an original earthquake.
Governor, I assume your team has analyzed the aftershock forecast. What do they show? What should we anticipate?
Commissioner Bray, the former head of, one of the heads of the National Weather Service, is this something you can predict?
No,
It's a
yeah,
little-
yeah, we don't,
You don't predict earthquakes?
we don't predict, the aftershocks aren't predictable, and so obviously, we'll monitor USGS's information, but we're not looking at, these aren't forecastable events.
One more, Vaughn. On the ground stop at JFK and the airports, is there a timeline for how that gets
We
lifted?
just spoke to them. Do they have a timeline, none of that? Okay, on the ground side?
We don't have a timeline yet. What they're doing is really confirming that the air traffic control towers are safe to operate in. So as soon as we know, we'll make sure that that's public information.
Which airports were those again? I'm sorry.
JFK and Newark,
Not LaGuardia?
not LaGuardia.
Why not LaGuardia?
Why not LaGuardia? Because they've redone they have a more recent, I'll let Catherine explain, more recent.
We're getting more information, but we suspect it is because they were renovated more recently and meet higher standards.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, thank you very much, everybody, appreciate it.
Any meeting with the legislative leaders today on the budget?
That'll certainly happen over the weekend.
Do you expect a deal this weekend?
Social media bill?